In the aftermath of the 2024 election, America is even more divided than before. Half the country fears the end of democracy, and the other half welcomes it. As America inches toward the brink of authoritarian rule, now more than ever, we must force ourselves to have the necessary conversation. Welcome to the necessary conversation, Haley. Did you get that message off, your email off there?
What?
I can see
That was
you
my
dipping on your phone. Oh, it was
That was
you,
my
Mom.
phone. It dinged.
Did you notice, Mom, this morning you sent me about 20 emails from months ago?
No.
Welcome to the necessary conversation. I'm Chad Colchin. With me is my sister, fellow lefty, Haley Pope, and my two parents, the stupid weaklings, Bob and Mary Lou. Not my words, Trump's.
What? What did you
right.
just say?
Trump called you stupid weaklings this week.
Nice. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't say it. He did. Hello?
You just said it.
Hi. All right. Mom, do you want to start off the show? We have a lot of big political news to get to. Do you want to start off the show with your ditties? Well, first of all, we should probably address where Dad was last week. Hello?
What?
Where were you last week?
What are you talking about? The hospital?
Yes.
Tell him why. What's going on with you?
I'm getting a hip replacement.
Another one. So you're going to have two brand new titanium hips.
Yeah.
Superman will finally be real.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday cannot come soon enough. Believe me.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
All right, Mom, do you have some ditties?
Yeah, there's a couple funny ones and then the serious one.
Okay.
Remember Beyonce had her malfunction in a car at her concert last month? I think it was in Australia. So the car went sideways and she was woo woo. Now, Katy Perry apparently had a mishap riding in her butterfly at her concert. Why can't they get better crew people to do this right for them? I don't want them to fall and get hurt. And why such a big production woo woo when they can just stand on the stage, sing beautiful, and everything will be fine?
Because they make people pay $1,000 a ticket now.
Okay. Well, when I saw Katy Perry on the butterfly that dropped at least 20 foot with her on it, I was like, oh, Lord, don't go down. All right. Those were kind of funny. Why are you laughing at me, Chad?
It's just funny to me. You said literally they were kind of funny. I'm laughing.
Okay. The Kiss Cam, the CEO of Astronomy.
We all saw that.
That was pretty bad. All of that was bad. Coldplay, what's his name? Chris Martin, right? Chris? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As it happened, as they went right up there on the screen, he said either they're having an affair or they're just shy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we know what happened. If you're having an affair, you're walking into a concert venue like that with all those people around you. You are a fake to start. You are going out on your wife's vows that you had with her. You deserve it. And now he has stepped down from the CEO at that company because that's what he should do. He got caught.
Had they not reacted in that manner, I don't think this would have happened.
Well, she was also married with children, the woman involved. And she was promoted to like the head of HR of his department. Like,
right.
There was some ethics going on here, like unethical shit at work, which is why they're both leaving.
The people I feel sad for are their family members, each one of them, because they both, I guess if you're saying they're both married to different people, they took vows to those people, not the ones that they were on the Kiss camera with, right? Judgment Day.
The people I feel bad for are Coldplay fans. This is what Coldplay will be most famous for forever.
What was that? Wrap it up. Oh my
All
Lord.
right, hasn't lost a step, even though he needs a new hip. Do you have more ditties, Mom?
I did have no ditty, but this is a Patriot of the Week. There was a man named Chase Childers. He and his wife, they have 3 children. They were on vacation in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a riptide, and he was a police officer years back in 2011, 2014. He was also a professional athlete. I think he played professional baseball. And when I saw it on TV, I was like, what? So I read up on it more. He jumped into the water to save another family of 5 that was struggling. They couldn't get out of the water. They were all in a riptide. He got them up to safety, and then he lost his own life. He went under and never came back up, and they found him later. That's a hero to me. He gets Patriot of the Week, of the month, of the year. We salute him.
All right.
That is
There
it.
you have it, Mom's Ditties, and a salute to the Patriot of the Week. Now we're going to play a question from a listener. If you would like to send us a question, you just record it in a 1-minute or shorter video clip and email it to the necessaryconversationpod@gmail.com. Are you ready for today's question?
Who's it
Yeah.
to?
Hello? Is anybody here
who's
today?
it to?
All of us.
Who is it to?
All of us, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe
Yes.
it's you and Dad. I don't remember.
Play it.
Here we go.
Hi, I'm going to talk fast
What?
because I don't have a lot of time, but I am a theology major living in Oklahoma, which I bring up because Bob and Mary made it very clear that they're not concerned about the well-being of anybody living outside of Oklahoma, and they definitely don't care about the opinions of any Christians from outside of the United States. So who better to ask a question about their religion than one of their neighbors? My question is, at what point did you decide that Christianity and hating immigrants go hand in hand? Because the rest of the religious world and God definitely didn't decide that we should hate immigrants, because as somebody who has dissected the Bible for my job, the Bible historically, throughout every version of it, talks about accepting immigrants. My favorite quote being, you shall also love the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. That's Deuteronomy 10:19. I bring that up because we too are immigrants in this land. So I want to know, at what point did you decide to skew the meaning of the Bible to back up your own opinions and thoughts and feelings and political beliefs? I don't think the Bible is meant to make you comfortable or happy or support all of your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. It's meant to be a guide for your spirituality. And nowhere in that guide does it say to hate immigrants. It says to love your neighbors and to be there for your brothers and sisters. Sorry for going over the 1-minute mark, but I would love to hear your response to this question.
Well, first of all, I think
Wait.
you better go back and study your religion.
Okay. Wait.
Christians have been killing Muslims for hundreds of thousands of years, and you're not a Christian. You're not being non-Christian because you don't care for what's going on in the Israeli world and the other worlds. So just because you're against Muslims doesn't mean you're not a Christian.
She didn't say anything about Muslims. She was talking about immigrants.
Well, I know what she's talking about, but she's wrong. She needs to go back and flip through her fucking Bible once in a while.
Mom, how do you reconcile this? The question is, the Bible, Jesus says you should love immigrants. You don't. How do you square that?
She put words in my mouth by saying I hate immigrants. I don't hate immigrants. I want them to come into our country the correct way so that we can help them, so that we can let them cross our border and be productive into the United States. I didn't appreciate the way she even presented that question to us. And
well, she's no more Christian than I am.
Let me ask you this, a very direct question to each of you. What do you think Jesus would think of alligator Alcatraz?
that's a stupid question for starters.
It's dumb.
Why?
What does it matter?
Because Jesus, who is the founder of the religion you claim to be an adherent of, had certain views about how to treat your fellow human being. And I'm saying, do you think alligator Alcatraz, which you support...
What you got wrong is you think all Christians believe in Judeo-Christianity, and they don't.
Okay.
What are you talking
What I'm trying to say here is that people like that caller that you have here,
Yeah.
they think they're more Christian than people who are Christians, Judeo-Christians, who do not like. I'm going to tell you right now, we've been fighting with the goddamn Muslims for 1,100 years, and it hasn't changed. And we are the real Christians in the deal. They are not. And if this girl thinks she can go to Bible school for a couple of years and try to teach me something about religion. She's full of shit.
I think people need to leave other people alone with their religion.
Okay.
Whether you are a Christian, whether you are Hindu.
What's he drinking? What's he drinking?
Something he shouldn't be.
Come on, man. Why are you drinking diet soda?
Why not?
Isn't this part of the whole damn problem?
No.
No, it's no, it's
Oh,
a
my
No,
fucking
actually,
God. Drink
it's
some
not.
water.
Getting
Jesus
off
Christ.
of it is part of the damn problem.
well, I don't know about that.
I do.
Anyway, everybody has their own religion. Leave people alone that have their religion.
I'm not attacking your religion or anything like that. The question I
Yes,
asked
you
is
are.
what? No, I said, what do you think as a Christian, Jesus,
Yes.
the founder of your religion, the
I
key
don't
figure
think
in it,
he gives a rat's ass.
about alligator Alcatraz?
Right.
You don't think he would care? Okay.
Doesn't even care.
Well, we'll get back to that a little bit later. Let's move on to our first topic. That old Epstein list, despite
Yeah,
Trump's...
hey, let me
I
throw
got two words into it.
Huh?
Nothing.
Yeah, let's look at the Epstein list.
Okay,
There
let me-
isn't one.
Okay,
There
let
isn't
me
one.
read
And
this.
Oh, by the way,
Hang on, let me read this,
and
then I'm
oh,
going to
by the
ask you
way,
about it.
Let me get this point in, and then I'll shut up.
Okay.
Barack Obama has been in charge of everything for the last 12 years. And he's been running it through his transgendered husband, Big Mike.
Okay.
The last 12 years, even during Trump's first term?
No, he didn't do it then.
Okay, so not the last 12 years. The Epstein list is our first topic. Despite
Okay.
Trump's best efforts to deflect interest away from the topic, we are now in week 2
Well,
of
he
a
had 12 years.
We are now in week 2 of a scandal that only seems to be picking
12
up
years,
steam.
admit it.
This week saw
I can't.
This
do it.
week saw Trump lash out at MAGA supporters, calling them stupid and
Let
weaklings.
Trump talk, okay.
Calling them stupid and weaklings for continuing to believe what he said was a conspiracy. Disappointed MAGA supporters started burning their MAGA hats in protest on social media. Then on Thursday of this week, the Wall Street Journal published a bombshell. Trump allegedly wrote a 2003 birthday letter to Epstein, a part of a collection organized by Ghislaine Maxwell. In the letter, Trump reportedly drew a naked woman to accompany the following text, which I'm going to read verbatim. Voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything. Donald. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is.
Oh,
Jeffrey. Nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald. Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey. As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Trump. A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday. And may every day be another wonderful secret.
You're getting worse instead of better.
In his defense, Trump claimed, quote, I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. Immediately, pictures he drew and signed for charity events surfaced on the internet, contradicting his obvious lie. Trump has subsequently filed a $10 billion defamation lawsuit in Miami federal court against the Wall Street Journal News Corp, Rupert Murdoch, and reporters, branding the article fake news and attacking the paper for reckless reporting without verifying the letter. This marks the first time ever a U.S. sitting president has sued a media outlet for defamation while in office. Dad, you don't think the Epstein list is real?
No.
So then you must admit Pam Bondi lied directly to all of us when she said it was sitting on her desk.
Yes.
You do believe she lied then?
Yes.
And what do you think should be done about that?
She should be fired.
Whoa, that's pretty interesting. Okay. Well, let's move on to this next question. Mom, why do you think this very clearly bothers Donald Trump so much?
Okay, first, let me answer what Dad got to answer too.
Yeah.
In regard to the list, there may not be a list, but there are paragraphs in all of those documents. Lots of paragraphs where there are people's names in there.
Yeah.
So, you know, when they say, is there a list? Is there not? A list to me is number 1, number 2, number 3. Maybe there's not that type of list, but I do believe there are documents with people's names in there, both Democrats, both Republicans. That's in regard to the list. And then what did you say? What was it?
Why do you think this bothers Donald Trump so much?
Because I feel like the left, they're always zeroing in on trying in ways to hurt him.
He was the one who said he was going to release this information. It was part of his campaign. The left didn't have anything to do with this.
But the left always wants, they're zeroing in now on the Epstein file. They want this to be the conversation when it should be what
Bondi backstabbed him and she should be fired.
Wait, hang on a minute, Mom. The premise here is wrong. The left is not doing any of this. He's actually the one who's saying we need to release the grand jury testimony. It's all the right-wing people who are on this. It's all the right-wing social media influencers who are like, fuck him.
She won't let it go.
Right, and why haven't they?
Why haven't they what?
Released anything?
Dad said it doesn't exist. So does it exist, or is there nothing to release? What's going on here?
I think the documents are there. I don't think there's a list, but I think documents need to be released.
Whatever the list is, like, don't get bogged down in the semantics of it. There are documents. There's information. You either believe this to be true or not. Does the FBI, the DOJ, have information that will implicate people in that child sex trafficking ring that Epstein was doing?
Yes, I do.
You believe they do have it? Dad, you believe that information doesn't exist?
I believe what Mom's talking about exists, but it doesn't. There's no list.
Okay, again, let's just forget the word list. You believe that the powers that be, namely the FBI and DOJ here.
Yes, there's some people in those documents that don't want to have their name put out there. And Donald Trump is not one of them.
Yeah, we don't believe Donald Trump is, because guess what? If he was, the Democrats, like I've said this before, or the people that don't like him would have already found it, released it. They wouldn't even have let him run as president.
But Bondi must
There's nothing against him. Why would he have done the lawsuit for that amount of money?
Then why would he be calling you a stupid weakling and telling all MAGA? Yes, he did. He said there are some MAGA people that are stupid, and he called them weaklings, and he said you should move on.
Some MAGA people, not us.
Right, not you, of course. Of course, not you. He would never turn against you. But my question with regard to that is, what's the finger pointing?
He was pointing to my hat.
Oh.
We did not burn our Trump hat.
Very clearly, he is making a hard push on his social media to get people to move off of this topic. He's telling MAGA to move on. You're stupid. You're weak if you are falling prey to this fake news. Why do you think he is so interested in telling his base to stop looking at this?
Because it is fake news. He's tired of it. Why can't we look at the good stuff?
Hell, I'm tired of it right now.
You're saying it's fake news, but Mom, you also just said they do have the information on the people.
The bottom line is there are girls who were fucking hurt by all of this.
Yes.
This was sex trafficking. It was sex slavery. It is children who were hurt by powerful men. One of those is Donald Trump. Probably lots of other politicians.
No, it is not. We totally disagree.
The bottom line is that he doesn't give a fuck. He wants you to move on. Stop talking about it. That's not okay.
Well, why are we not talking about the fact that Obama ran the country for 12 years under the guise of his transgendered husband?
Do you think
we
it's
did a
okay?
whole episode on that. There was an episode where we did talk about that. You brought that in as a topic and we talked about it.
Are you both going to move on and forget about it?
I'm not going to forget about it. I want to see who's in there. But you know what? I think some people are going to be killed before this is all over.
Yeah, one of them is Jeffrey Epstein.
Do to people. We know what the Clintons maybe do to people. There's going to be. We know what Obama does to people.
Obama killed his.
Okay, no. We don't know that. We are thinking that.
Obama killed his cook.
Okay, hang on. I have two more questions about this.
Why can't we move on? What Trump is trying to say too. We have the most secure border now in the history of our United States.
Gives a shit.
No one's talking about that.
No one cares.
No one's talking about last month in June, the United States made money for the first time due to his
Nobody's talking
tariffs.
about anything else. This is the biggest scandal his administration has faced, and it seems to be sticking. Nobody is getting past this. I think they will have to produce some kind of documents before anybody's going to get off this.
I
and
think
he's starting to lose followers.
Killed over this. I really think people will be killed.
Okay, let me ask you two more questions about this, then we'll move on. One, do you think this lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal is going to backfire, Haley?
Yeah, I mean, he's losing steam. He's losing credibility. like you said, this is the first president in the history
But he's
of
going to
presidencies
bankrupt
to
his
sue.
paper.
Yeah.
I don't think it holds any weight. I mean,
But I don't know if it matters.
They haven't showed us anything. They haven't showed us what they're talking about. Where is this stuff? Where's it at? He's saying it's not there. Show it to us.
The drawing?
What? Yeah. Where's the drawing that he supposedly did? Where is it?
Wasn't it online? Did they not show it?
No, it's not there. Again, Russia hoax. Hello.
Well, we'll see. You think they just made up that whole weird little thing about we have a secret
Yeah, I
together?
think he's going to win that $10 billion lawsuit, and he's going to put New York Times out of business.
Well, it's Wall Street Journal. He's
whatever.
It's a Wall Street
just
Journal.
like he's trying to do with Harvard, like he's trying to do with fucking television, with radio.
And he's getting it done, and he's getting it done.
But you being
Harvard's
okay with
about
it,
at the end of their rope.
You being okay with that is the problem.
No,
you don't recognize that is fascism.
You not being okay with it is a problem.
I actually think you do recognize it's fascism and you like it. Am I wrong in that? You understand that him getting rid of newspapers, shutting down colleges, getting rid of PBS, which is a topic we're going to get to later.
No,
you do understand that's a fascist leader.
We've been a fascist communist country for the last 12 years.
Yeah.
If that's getting rid of part of the people in our United States that are saying bad things and don't want to live here and don't like the United States.
I'm sorry, freedom of speech exists.
No, it doesn't.
Well, there's a difference between freedom of speech and then your actions on the freedom of speech that you're doing. Okay. When you're saying, I don't like ICE agents, that's okay. But when you take big rocks and throw it through the windshields of their cars and try to kill them.
Why do you always go back to rocks that aren't thrown? It's fucking bizarre.
Oh
like, that is not happening. They're just kidnapping people.
I have seen the videos on it. I've seen lots of videos. Oh, my Lord.
My question, though, was, is this Wall Street Journal lawsuit going to backfire on him? I think the answer is yes, because they're going to get to depose him now. If you file that lawsuit, the defense gets to do discovery. That's going to include a deposition of Donald Trump. I think whatever his ties are.
That comes around.
Well, he's going to have to drop the lawsuit, and that's going to make him look very stupid.
I don't think
he's not.
Put a prediction down. I don't think it'll be dropped. They will not be able to come up with anything. They won't. They don't have it. Where's it at? They haven't showed anybody.
I don't know. I mean, we're going to get to how this ties into like the general media landscape on another topic too. But let's move on to Trump's health, our second topic. This week, people noticed Trump's swollen ankles and legs in photos taken at the FIFA Club World Cup. Observers also noticed a bruise or discoloration on his right hand, sometimes concealed with makeup, leading many to speculate on his health status. To combat concern, Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt assured the public that Trump has chronic venous insufficiency, what she called a fairly common but benign condition in older adults where impaired leg veins cause blood pooling. But there were no signs of symptoms of serious cardiovascular disease. Leavitt went on to say that the bruising on his hand was from rigorous and vigorous handshaking.
Okay.
Mom, do you think Trump looks healthy?
I think he's a little bit overweight. Most of us are right now. He's a little bit overweight. The leg thing, I have that. People over 70 get that.
So do I.
That is nothing to say he can't be president of our United States. That's ridiculous.
That wasn't the question. I said, do you think he looks healthy, Dad?
Yes.
He's a little overweight, but yes, he's healthy.
He is not healthy. He looks like shit. And he's old.
Okay. I guess Biden looks better, huh?
You question Joe Biden. You question Joe Biden's health.
There's a big difference there. That man
how many times you seen Donald Trump fall down, not know where the fuck he is?
I've seen him
fall at this point.
No, yeah, not.
He tripped going up the Air Force One steps. We've all seen that video.
He tripped once. Biden goes down, doesn't know where he's at, talks to dead people that aren't even there, asks where they are so he can speak with them. Can't find his way off a stage by himself. Was not running our country, by the way.
But wait, you're saying he was saying all this shit that doesn't make sense. Just this week, Trump came out and said that his uncle, who taught at MIT for longer than any other professor, taught Ted Kaczynski the Unabomber, but the timelines don't match up. The Unabomber we didn't know about him until 11 years after Trump's uncle stopped teaching at MIT.
I didn't see that. I haven't read about that.
Okay. I'm just saying, if you're trying to pin this idea that Biden was like not all there mentally, which I agree with, that was clear. We all
Why
saw
his
it.
doctor pleaded the fifth, by the way.
No, that's why every staff member that's been called in to testify has pleaded the fifth.
I'm surprised that we even know about it. I'm surprised that they addressed it. I thought they would just shoo it away.
Well, because we're all seeing it.
Remember when Reagan had dementia?
Yeah.
He did it the right way. He did it in a letter.
Let Nancy run.
I just thought it would be irrelevant because we've heard him, degrade women openly on television. We've seen him say shit about his own daughter and children and teenagers during like Miss America. Like we've seen and heard shit for fucking 10 years, about Donald Trump and what a piece of shit he is. So I just figured like, why would this matter? They don't care.
It's different. No, this is different because you can say whatever you want about how hot you think your daughter is and how much you want to date her. You can say that. His whole thing is projecting strength, that he is invincible. This is exactly contrary to that. He is decaying before our eyes. He is aging and dying.
He's making shit up.
Have you seen
what was made up? Hang on a minute, Haley. What was made up in what I just said?
Decaying before our eyes? You've got to be kidding me.
His hands are bruised. He's wearing caked on makeup to try and cover it.
So old people get bruises on their hands. It doesn't mean they can't run the country.
I'm not
saying... Old people wear knee-high socks.
Okay. Haley, you were going to say something.
There's footage that I've seen on the internet of the, in quotes, assassination attempt. And it's a different angle.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And I am now convinced, based on that video evidence, that it was fucking planted, that it was 100%. Not real.
So the guy 100%. That got killed that day, that was a fucking accident?
That was
I don't think
that was a part of it to make it look real.
That footage was like so compelling that I went
I
like,
agree.
Oh, you two are so full of shit.
Have you seen this footage Haley's talking about?
No.
And the crane lowers the flag and it was a fucking stunt.
There is this other angle now that's emerging that shows a Secret Service person break off from the group of Secret Service people that are like, in quotes, protecting him. Mm-hmm. And that person goes over and starts ushering the photographers to the right angle. This is a Secret Service member that should be protecting the president, completely breaks off from that protection circle. Again, is like helping the photographers get in the right line of sight.
Again, everything that has anything to do good about Trump is fake. Everything that is bad about Trump is real. That's your point of view. Your point of view sucks as far as I'm concerned, so you can quit throwing it out there. I don't want to hear your point of view anymore.
Okay.
Well, the whole show is we tell each other our points of view and talk about it. Well, so we have to continue.
Part of that is over.
All right.
All right. Well, you can sit there then. I agree with what you're saying, Haley. Also, I think it's very strange that still we don't know virtually anything about the person who shot him. We know everything about Luigi Mangione, where he grew up, who his parents were, where he went to school, what he had for fucking breakfast the day they arrested him. Like, we know it all. Yep. Tell me one thing about, I think that guy's name is Thomas Crooks, who shot Trump. Tell me one thing about him.
That he was up on that building, lots of people saw him, and no one did a damn thing. Now,
before Chad just said his name, did you know his name?
Yes. And no one did a thing about him. There he was. They have video of him all the way up on that roof, going up there.
Yeah.
They have video of him the day before, walking down the street, looking at where he was going to go. They have everything.
And he had money accounts in 3 communist countries.
That kid. Kid had 3 accounts in
offshore accounts.
Yes,
somewhere.
he did.
Yes.
Offshore accounts.
That's what kids do these days. It's all over TikTok. Let's move on to our third topic. Colbert this week, 3 days after Stephen Colbert publicly slammed CBS Paramount's $16 million bribe settlement with Trump over his 60 Minutes lawsuit, the network announced the cancellation of The Late Show, landing its final episode in May of next year. Colbert said on air, quote, "I share your feelings. It isn't just the end of our show, but the end of The Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away." He thanked his crew and fans, saying it was a fantastic job and lamenting the show's upcoming end. A bunch of different late night hosts gave their support. Jimmy Kimmel said, "I love you, Stephen. Fuck you and all your Sheldons, CBS. Trump celebrated the cancellation, tweeting, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. I hear Jimmy Kimmel is next. He has even less talent than Colbert."
You need to get better.
I am. I'm getting more true to it. The
Good
consolidation of media.
Wow.
The consolidation of media under Paramount, Skydance, and its timing amid FCC merger reviews have drawn suspicion that businesses and politics unduly influence creative decisions, and the fact that Colbert was the highest rated network talk show for the last 9 seasons in a row adds to that suspicion. Dad, why do you think they fired Colbert?
Because his show sucks and they were losing $40 million a year on it.
Okay. But that's true of all late night TV. Ratings of
Well,
network
there
television.
you go. They should all be fired.
Okay. Mom, why do you think they fired him?
I never watched his show, I'll be honest. I maybe saw him on once or twice because that's late night. I never watched him. He had to be bad to be fired.
Okay,
no revenue coming in, I guess.
He had the highest ratings of any late night show.
Which lost $40 million a year.
Correct. They're all losing money. Network TV is dying.
There you go.
Okay. So you don't think it has anything to do with politics?
Why are you asking the stupid question?
I just asked AI. 6 years ago, the viewership of the late night show of his ratings was at 3.8 million. By the 2024 season, it was at 2.6. So ratings kept going down.
But
when ratings go
you
down,
don't understand
we know what happens. You make no more money.
You don't understand what's happening in network TV. Dad, you're always saying, "You don't know. I know about weather. You can't teach me shit." Well, I could say that same thing to you about TV right now, as somebody who has made a career selling TV shows. Network TV ratings are down across the board for every show. People aren't watching it anymore because we're watching streaming, et cetera, et cetera. Network TV is dying. So when you're saying his numbers were going down, numbers generally for all of network TV are going down. He still had the highest numbers in his time slot, which is all that matters.
When they punted.
We know he didn't like Trump. We know he said bad things about Trump.
Right. But he called out CBS for settling this lawsuit with Trump and then was fired within 3 days.
He's got one bad ear.
What?
Colbert.
Oh.
He's got a bad ear?
The son of a bitch, he's got a fake ear or something.
Did you guys know that Stephen Colbert is like a devout Christian? Did you know that?
Yeah, big
Catholic
deal.
At that.
I don't know him.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Maybe he asked for way too much money to come back for the next so many years. Never know.
Lose $100 million on me.
All right, Haley, let me ask you this. Do you think this signifies, whatever the reason for his firing, it clearly was political retribution, but do you think this signals the end of kind of the relevance of any of these kinds of shows?
Yeah, I think, I mean, I used to watch that shit pretty religiously,
Me too.
years ago. And now everything that we do is streaming. I don't ever watch network television. I think this was inevitable, but essentially he was fired 3 days later. Like we all know that this was politically fueled. But the downfall of network TV has been in the making for probably decades, honestly. So I feel like it's over. I think they're all going to go away. And I think, like, I love streaming and I love that, it caters to me and it feels selective. Like my fucking TV knows what I want. And I appreciate that and I love it. But there is something really fucking sad about seeing this end, about understanding that, like he had this platform and he used it to kind of tell the truth, to tell the people about what's going on in the world and like what's not okay and what's okay. And that is
explain to me what's wrong with one of his ears.
It's coming to an end. And so I feel sad about it a little bit. I don't know. I'm a nostalgic person. So movie concepts today are kind of shit. Like I don't see original movies and like everything's a remake or it's just some bullshit flop on Netflix. And so a very large part of me is like sad to see television and movies like slowly coming to an end because I used to love cinema. I used to like love going to see the opening of a movie and like get excited about it. And it like changed my life. And now I don't really feel that anymore. We went and saw the new Jurassic Park, and I was like, fucking cash grab, like just dumb, bad acting. Like it just feels so fucking terrible right now in movies and TV. And I don't, when I see a movie that I really love, it's rare. It brings that feeling back. The Nicole Kidman sitting in the theater, and it's like
somehow heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
Yeah, but it's
I
so
agree
rare.
with you 100%. But I will say this. I think a little bit of that also just has to do with us aging. The more shit you watch, the harder it is for anything to penetrate and like really make you
I'm
be
jaded.
like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm cynical.
But
yeah.
for a movie like Sinners, I would say this year, like that movie blew my goddamn mind. That's one of the
Me
best
too.
movies I've ever seen. So it's like, it is possible for things to like kind of crack through. But in order for Coogler to make Sinners, he had to make 2 fucking Black Panthers that made $200 trillion or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the studio's like, okay, you could do your weird little vampire movie.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, oh, he's a fucking brilliant genius and everything he does will be solid gold. All right, Mom.
Okay. I've been waiting patiently to say this.
Please,
I
go
just
ahead.
pulled this up. I don't agree with Haley. I don't agree with you that this was politics.
Okay.
I just pulled this up. CBS brass say, oh gosh, there, I got it. CBS brass say that they pulled the plug on the late show with Stephen Colbert because of its punishing losses, pegged between 40 million to 50 million a year, and claim politics have nothing to do with it. That was the New York Post.
But also like
by
that
CBS.
saying, and saying that it lost $40 to $50 million a year too, like I don't
For
necessarily
years.
believe that. I don't believe it because they can spin those numbers to look like whatever they want. You know what I mean? They can say it lost $40 million a year because we'll shift some money over here and make it look like the show costs more than it does, or we'll shift this here and say, well, they actually generated the revenue
They
even though
wanted him
the
gone.
commercial. Okay, they did. Let's move on to our simmer down. Let's start with Dad. Dad, do you think human consciousness comes from your brain or comes from somewhere else?
No idea.
What do you think about it though? Think about it right now.
Brain.
What's wrong with that?
Mom, do you think human consciousness comes from the brain or somewhere else?
Yeah, I think it's all scientifically.
I don't know if you actually believe that though, because you often say like you feel nanny or you feel Max or things like that. So if your brain is dead and you're gone, then how are you feeling those moments? It would have to be something other.
You're not dead.
No, but they are.
Well, you just said it made no sense.
No, if what she's saying is, Mom, you have, and not just Max and Nanny, many people, you have talked about through our lives, feeling their presence or seeing them at the foot of your bed, things of that nature. If those people are dead and their brain is no longer functioning, how are they visiting you?
So it would have to be something other than just a scientific kind of brain connectivity explanation.
Yes, I can talk to animals. This is true. I don't know. I do talk to animals, and they talk back to me.
Like a sixth sense kind of thing, like how there have been moments in my life where I have literally predicted things, like I've seen them, and then 9/11? It happens. No, moments of like uncertainty in your stomach, and so you don't do that thing, and like, holy shit, I'm glad I didn't. Deja vu, meeting people I swear I've known my whole life, but I've just met them, like these weird kind of instances that flow in and out of your life. So it has to beg the question, like, what else is there? I don't know what else exists, but I don't believe in a Christian God or like heaven and hell and all that shit. But certainly I think consciousness is not your brain.
It's
I
scientific.
believe that it's something else.
Well, it's mixed in. It's called like a dual thing. It's scientific, but yet it's spiritual, and they're mixed in. Yeah, two things.
Well, I mean, more and more they're starting to find that, or at least in kind of contemporary quantum physics right now, they're starting to think that something to do with the quantum process, the quantum wave collapse function, has to do with consciousness, and that effectively everything is permeated by consciousness. And one of the prevailing thoughts is that all of this shit is just a reflection of consciousness in some way, and that our bodies, our brains, any piece of matter essentially is a receptacle for consciousness at some level. Even this table, this microphone.
This is way too heavy of a question for a simmer down.
But it's also kind of nice because, well, it's nice because if you really think about that, you never die. So like, if we're just out here floating and it's consciousness that keeps us here and it never goes away, like we will be together forever. Like I'll know you in another lifetime in some other way. So it's kind of nice to think about.
Let me throw another one on you. There are some theories.
Heaven.
What's that?
Called heaven.
I don't believe in that.
Or whatever you want to call it. There are some theories. There's a lot that is going on right now with quantum entanglement, which is when you have two quantum particles that exist physically in different locations. Could be 2 feet away, could be 1,000,000 miles away, and they share the exact same information: spin, rotation, position. You okay, Dad?
Do you need to go to the bathroom? You need to go lay down.
Just hurry up.
We can't hurry up. If you want to go lay down, go lay down.
I'll be fine.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically, if two quantum particles that are entangled, whatever information one of them has, the other one has it instantaneously. So there's no speed concerned where like the transition of that or the transfer of that information takes place, which goes against all physics that we know. Nothing is supposed to be able to go faster than the speed of light. That information can. And so there are some theories that state those aren't two particles. They're actually the same particle in two different places at the same time. And if that holds true, then you can extrapolate that out even further to say that all matter is a single particle jumping around constantly, which would mean we are the same thing. I am you, Mom. I am you, Dad. I am you, Haley. We are all everything.
We are Negan.
Yeah. Mom, do you think it's possible that me and Dad are the same person?
No. Well, you got cells. You have cells of each other.
I do have cells. Yeah.
It's a lot to take in because we're so fucking feeble-minded that like the thought of that, it's hard wild to take in. But yeah, sure. I'm open to possibility. I'd love to think that there's some crazy shit like that happening. I don't want to die.
I mean, even on a scientific level, when we're looking at like how matter is created and stuff, subatomic particles popping in and out of existence kind of constantly. It's like, where do they go when they're popping out of existence? What's happening here? There's a lot that we don't know. Anyways.
This is way over our head for today.
All right, let's get back into your head on topic number 4. Israel blew up a Catholic church. On Thursday of this week, Israeli tanks attacked and did significant damage to the Holy Family Catholic Church in Gaza City. The attack killed 3 civilians, including a church janitor and an elderly woman, and injured the Catholic parish priest and others. The church compound, housing hundreds of displaced Palestinians, was also badly damaged. The IDF acknowledged the strike, blamed, quote, stray ammunition, and stated an internal investigation is underway. Netanyahu expressed regret and personally apologized to Pope Leo XIV via phone call, who was now calling for an immediate ceasefire. Dad, you're Catholic. Does Israel destroying a Catholic church change your mind at all about the genocide in Palestine?
No.
Did they deserve it, these Catholics?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because they won't listen to Netanyahu and get the fuck out of there. He's told them 100 times.
They can't leave.
Well, you have to.
But he's not allowing it.
Well, then they're going to get wiped out. He told them this was going to happen.
Even Catholics. You're okay with Catholics dying?
Even Catholics.
All right, Mom, does it change your attitude at all about the Palestinian genocide that Netanyahu has blown up a Catholic, the only Catholic church in Gaza City?
It all needs to stop. This all needs to stop.
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
What was the question? What was the question?
Does this change your mind at all about the genocide now that Catholics are being killed?
Wiping out all the Palestinians.
Yeah. No, it has to stop. I mean, the bombing has to stop on both sides. I hate it.
The question was, does it change your mind about the genocide?
There's only one way to go.
There's no way to fix this. There's no way to fix it.
There is. It's a ceasefire.
Yeah, it has to stop. That's what I'm trying to say.
So you think he should stop? He should stop bombing.
No. Both sides have to stop.
Both sides.
There's no other side. Palestine's not like attacking them.
They have nothing.
Hamas,
yeah.
Hamas
Did
is
you know
not
that
attacking them.
Palestine has the largest percentage of child amputees in the whole world?
Yeah.
Sad. It's very sad.
Babies die every day over there. Mothers, children, innocent men.
It's
it is literally
sad.
a genocide. And the only way to stop is if Netanyahu stops.
Crimea River.
Yeah, that's not the only way. They all have to stop. Everybody has to.
Nobody's doing anything.
Russia is not involved in this.
I'm talking
just to let you know.
that war. I'm talking that war too. I think
that's
Russia,
an actual war where you have two opposing military sides fighting one another. One is vastly outnumbered, but they're still holding their own in Ukraine. But you at least in that situation have an opposing military that is launching military missions against the opposing military force. Here, you have a giant military force that is backed by the United States, just fucking steamrolling civilians. No one's fighting back. They're just going in and killing people. And they blew up a fucking Catholic church.
Yeah. It's sad. It's not right. We have to stop.
He has to stop.
We all have to stop.
No, there's one person who makes this decision. It's Netanyahu. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
There is no, like in my mind, I don't hate Israelis. Okay? That's not a thing. I fucking hate the Israeli government. It is always the government that does this to the people. It is not the people doing this to the people. It is Netanyahu and its government.
Has to stop.
You're right.
Okay, so you're against Netanyahu then?
No, I back Israel. I have always backed Israel.
But you want them to stop doing what they're doing?
Yes, stop the bombing. Everybody needs to stop.
So then you don't back Israel currently because they are not deciding to stop the bombing. They are killing more people, blowing up a Catholic church in this topic that I've put out here. You are opposed to Israel right now.
I'm opposed to people dying.
Right, which is
that
Israel's entire goal is to kill as many people as they can.
I called for the obliteration of Palestine in the very beginning.
Like I know you did, Dad. There are reports from doctors like on the ground there.
That, Chad.
Okay, I know. Yeah, you did.
There are reports, and we've seen them in the news, where Israeli soldiers are firing at will at Palestinians simply waiting in line for food and supplies.
There you go.
I haven't seen that.
Take them down.
Dad, I know that you're in favor of the genocide. Mom, though, I think we're getting to some part here. You're just not willing to say the words, but I think at its core, you are against Israel here. You're basically saying that. By saying it needs to stop, you mean Israel needs to stop killing Palestinians.
Killing people. Everybody needs to stop killing people.
You're saying everybody, but in that context, the only people doing the killing are the Israeli army.
Yes, then they need to stop killing.
Right. Okay, so you're against Netanyahu. You're against Israel.
But I'm for their fight. I'm for their fight.
It's not a fight.
There isn't a fight. These are just people that he wants gone so he can take their fucking land.
That's right.
There is no war. Palestinians are not trying to kill anyone.
I told you too this was going to happen 2 years ago.
I know. We're not disputing that, Dad. I don't know why you think that we're saying it's not happening.
Well, why are you acting fucking surprised and shocked?
I'm acting surprised and shocked at what? What are you talking about?
Civilians getting killed in Palestine.
I'm not surprised or shocked. I'm against it.
Yeah.
And Mom is too, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Mom, you're saying you're against it, but you can't make that it's just one little baby step to be like, I am against what Israel is doing. Just say it. Say it.
I am against killing people.
And who's doing the killing?
A lot of different people in different wars.
No.
Yeah,
we're talking about in Palestine specifically. Who, for example, who blew up this Catholic church?
Kill them all.
Who blew up that Catholic church?
Kill them all.
Who blew it up?
Do you acknowledge Israel. And kind of see that Netanyahu is committing war crimes? That's what this is. He's committing war crimes. He is starving an entire
rat's nest.
He is starving an entire population of people, starving them. Babies are dying from starvation.
Ooh.
They're withholding formula and food and supplies at the border, and they're shooting people waiting in line for those supplies. Like, that is war crimes. And there is no opposing team here. It's just Netanyahu trying to fucking annihilate an entire population.
War is never simple, Haley. It's never easy. There should be no wars, but there are. There should be no killing, but there is.
This isn't a war.
Oh my gosh.
This is a genocide.
Move on. We're not going to get past this.
Next topic.
Thank you.
ICE detained 2 citizens and a child this week. This week, George Redis, a 25-year-old U.S. Army veteran, U.S. citizen, and father of 2, was detained for 3 days after ICE raid at Glass House Farms in Ventura County, California, even though he repeatedly identified himself as a U.S. citizen and worked there legally. This week, ICE also transferred a 15-year-old boy to spend 3 days in Alligator Alcatraz, which is a clear violation of federal protections prohibiting minors in adult detention settings. This week, ICE also detained Heidi Plummer, U.S. citizen and U.S. and attorney, despite her presenting identification proving her citizenship. Mom, do you believe any of these things happened?
I guess they did. If you're telling me they did.
They did. Do you think a child should be in Alligator Alcatraz?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So, Mom, you're against that, at least.
Did you say it was there with their parents or what?
Nope. A 15-year-old who got pulled over with a bunch of friends.
So, non-citizen?
Off the boot
Correct.
camp he went?
The 15-year-old was not a citizen. A Mexican national, I believe.
Then
15 years old,
then
sent to Alligator Alcatraz.
Damn right.
But not to stay. What you guys are not getting,
No.
I guess my belief is, because it came out of, not Pambondi, the other one, that's a holding tank.
Uh-huh.
They will then get on the airplane and go back to the country that they came from.
But
there, then they can come back the right way.
Okay. There are all kinds of laws that we have in place that prohibit children from being placed in adult detention centers.
Yeah, that child, if the child was 15, that is not right. They are probably picking up some people and they're not getting it right. But you know what? They didn't get right either. The people that killed Rachel Moran that came across the border, they didn't give a shit, let him come across the border. That illegal took her head, cracked it up against the rocks, raped her. There's another one they didn't get right with Lake and Riley.
Okay. So in your mind,
see, it's better to have a few that are being taken wrongly and then let them go. And
by the way, they're letting them go back where they fucking belong.
Then to let the people.
No, they're not.
That came across the border.
Yeah, they are. That 15-year-old's going back to Mexico.
Well, we'll see.
That's where he belongs.
Or maybe it winds up in an El Salvador super prison.
Doesn't matter.
Mom, you're talking about these completely unrelated events.
That's his problem.
To try and justify this. People committing crimes.
Here's what I'm saying. They might be taking a few people in they shouldn't. But once they see that, they're going to let them go.
How about a U.S. citizen, an Army veteran who got detained for 3 days, was never told what the charges were, didn't get to contact anybody?
3 whole days.
And then let go.
Crimea River.
And then let go.
Dad, do you think you could be detained for 3 days?
No.
Sure.
No.
Okay.
He'd probably take an ice man out.
So you guys don't care that civil rights of U.S. citizens are clearly being violated all the time now?
Clearly being violated.
I'm happy that I'm more safe that some of these illegal people who have raped, murdered, all kinds of crimes against children, they're catching them, they're sending them back.
Well,
what I'm saying is a few of these that they are picking up wrongly accused, they're letting them go. They're not
after days in detention, not telling them what their charges are. These are crimes being committed against U.S. citizens by ICE, by federal employees. Hello?
I mean,
I don't care.
It doesn't have to happen. That doesn't have to happen.
What if one of the bad guys slips through?
Bad guys are here that have been here.
Bad guys. This dude, George Redis, was a 25-year-old Army veteran who told ICE, I'm a U.S. citizen. Heidi Plummer is a fucking lawyer from Newport Beach who showed them proof of her citizenship, and they said, fuck you, get in the van.
And then she was released. They
were
both
released. Later. I don't think you're understanding.
They were released. Here's what I'm understanding. I want a safe America. I want that border to have people come into our country the correct way, that are not rapists, that are not murderers, that are not drug people.
I get it.
That are not giving fentanyl to our nephew that died from an overdose, okay? That's the kind of people I want to come across the border.
Great. Mom, how many days do you think you would be detained that would be an okay amount of time for them to make that mistake? 3, 10, 2 months, a year?
I have no idea.
How long do you think?
It would be sad, and it would be traumatic.
But if that happened, you would sue them.
Probably.
You would sue them.
Probably.
Because it's wrong.
Probably.
It's wrong.
They can do the same.
Wow. So you think I should be able to detain anyone, including a U.S. citizen, including a military veteran who you guys hold on such a high pedestal? They treated a veteran like pure shit here.
I've said this on another podcast. I do believe some of this going down is going down the wrong way.
Yeah.
The minute they catch someone, they need to look up the record. They need to look up where they came from. Let them go if they're legit. If not,
apples and oranges.
Then they go.
You got two 70-year-old white people who are not going to get arrested versus a 25-year-old brown person who did.
Which means you don't care.
No, we do care.
So
we
for
have
you, Dad,
friends right now
it's racism.
We're caring about.
Hang on a minute, though. Dad's explanation was that white people won't be affected.
Your whole premises is horseshit.
Because you believe you are protected by your race?
And my age.
Not by your age. They yanked a 70-year-old Iranian woman out of her front yard while she was gardening and detained her.
There you go, Iranian.
Was she legal? The word we have to come back to here, are you a United States citizen?
What?
If you're not, you need to go back to the country you came from.
Two of these people were United States citizens. They detained them. Citizenship doesn't mean anything. Hello?
What? Yes, it does.
Two of these people I'm talking about
were
U.S. citizens.
I'm done arguing about it.
They were let go.
But that's what I'm saying.
There's going to be mistakes made. There are going to be mistakes made, but I would rather have a few mistakes made and people held for a little bit and then released.
All right.
Rather than letting the rapist come in, the guy that's going to kill us, the guy that's going to bring in our drugs. Okay.
Let's move on to our final topic.
Chad.
Bye-bye, Big Bird. This week, Congress passed the Rescissions Act of 2025, largely at Trump's request to rescind roughly $9 billion in previously appropriated federal funds. This includes $1.1 billion specifically targeted at the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, effectively defunding PBS and NPR through September 2027. Trump and Republican lawmakers have claimed public broadcasting has pervasive liberal bias, calling it a waste of taxpayer dollars that undermines journalistic independence. NPR CEO Catherine Marr and PBS President Paula Kerger warned of staff layoffs, station closures, and reduced programming, including critical emergency alerts and indigenous language content. Mom, are you sad about this at all?
Well, Big Bird, is iconic and all that, but I don't watch PBS at all. I'm not sad.
Dad?
Nope.
Do you watch PBS at all?
Never.
We can barely get on the internet anymore. Our internet's terrible. We hate Cox. We're going to AT&T fiber. There you go.
Do you think PBS is dangerous, Mom?
Yes.
Why?
Dad just said yes.
Why?
Why do you think it's dangerous, Dad?
Because they got everything leaning left.
I don't watch it.
And I don't want my tax dollars paying for it.
Well, I'm sad because I grew up watching Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross and all of these things.
Whoa. Why are you sad? You can go back and stream all the old shit.
Because all of the children who watch PBS now will not have access to that.
No, they will if they
Because our government is trying to silence pretty much anything good in this world that exists on fucking network television, that exists for people to watch. A lot of people that watch PBS are like low income houses that can't afford to pay for like cable network to pay for cable and can't afford streaming services. Yeah. And so it helps educate children who don't have access to that. That's a pretty big deal. Like I learned a lot of shit from Sesame Street. I learned a lot of shit growing up watching movies and TV.
Yeah,
and
it sounds like you learned a lot of shit.
Mr. Rogers taught empathy and caring about your neighbor and all of these ideals that are falling away because we live in fucking Trumpville. And so it's very sad to me to see something like this go away. It also indicates that we are full-blown fascism. They only want to feed us propaganda that fits like the Trump narrative. And
I don't see it that way.
When people have free thought or just like independent thought, these were educational television shows. And the reason they didn't like Sesame Street is because they had like autistic characters. They had queer characters. They had things that identified with a larger group of people than just, you know, like the standard shit that I grew up with. And they didn't like that. Inclusion is important in the world. Okay. It's important. Yeah. That doesn't make it woke. Even if it does make it woke, inclusion is important.
It's like you guys twist.
Well, I didn't learn shit from PBS.
It's like you guys twist your way on everything. Like Colbert show was off because it was political.
Oh, look at that!
This was off because it's political.
Look at that ears. They got rid of him because one of his ears is bad.
Okay, get off the ear. But
speaking of bad ears, have you seen Trump's ear that he got shot in?
Yeah.
Don't look too shot up to me. Mom,
plastic surgery.
You're sitting there saying that we're the ones spinning it, that it's all political, all political. Why did they get rid of Sesame Street? Why are they defunding PBS?
Because it's political.
I have no idea. I don't know. Okay. They cut funds back.
Yeah, but why? If it's not political, what was the reason?
It is political.
Dad understands. It is, Mom.
Okay.
Do you get like one of the big things that an authoritarian leader will do is silence any kind of dissent in any way he can. PBS, NPR are funded through taxpayer money. He has control of that. Obviously, there are massive liberal voices, at least on NPR. PBS is like, whatever, maybe it skews a little liberal, like Haley's saying. You know, Sesame Street has kind of inclusive messages. They have characters who are not straight, who are not cis. All that said, Trump doesn't want that shit to exist. Why? Why does it matter if it exists?
Because it's the death of free speech.
Exactly. He's taking away any kind of voices of dissent or voices that don't align with his 2025 kind of MAGA ideology. And you see no problem with that.
I don't.
He's suing them all.
Dad's watching Newsman.
What would you think?
I know Dad has not stopped watching Newsman.
What would you think if we had like an Obama-esque president and he just decided to cancel your Fox News, your fucking Newsmax? You're not allowed to watch that anymore. Would you be mad?
They all lie to us. They all do things that we don't like, Haley.
You always come back to that. When anyone tries to like make you see the other side of it, what if this was being done to you? You say, well, everybody does things we don't like.
You haven't figured out for us, there is no other side.
The only way that we would ever on politics get along is for me to say, oh, yes, I agree. Oh, yes, I agree. We're never, ever gonna agree. So
I'm not saying that it has to get to that point. I agree with you. We're not ever going to totally agree. I'm just trying to use this. And I see hope in you a little bit, Mom, that you can come to understand like the contradictions in your own logic around a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
And you can at least, like the Israel thing today, you were very close on. You were saying, I think the shootings should stop. It's just a small step that you have to make to see that who's doing the shooting, who's doing the killing. It's Israel. And then to accept that it's okay to be against that idea, to be against what Israel is doing. That is okay to have that viewpoint. You already have it. You just can't formalize it. I can see it, though. It's right there.
No, it's not.
Okie dokie.
All right, now you're checking out because I've gotten too close to the truth. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We will be back next week. Before we go, as always, Mom, I love you. You're getting there. We are going to get you across the finish line. Dad, I love you. Good luck this week. with hip number 2. I hope it goes smoothly. Haley, I love you. Have fun taking care of Dad and his hip surgery.
Now, why would you laugh?
No reason.
That's
Because
not
I can
nice.
only assume it's going to be just a fucking barrel of monkeys.
We can summons your ass, too. You better get
I told
ready.
you I would get there. I told you I'll be there on the next fucking flight if you want me there.
Right.
Huh?
I'm glad she was here.
She helped out a lot. So did
Yeah,
Conrad.
of course.
I'll be honest, it was not that bad. Like, you know, being in and out of a fucking hospital and just like all that shit, you know, it can be exhausting. But Dad was not, he was on his best behavior.
Wow.
It was not bad when you were wheeling him 35 miles an hour down the hallway of the cardiologist wing. Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Where the fuck
I had to get a running start. I had to get a running
video
start.
of this?
Nobody was filming.
I know.
God.
I was scared. She was going to flip him out of the wheelchair.
How am I not getting videos of you pushing Dad around 100 miles an hour through a fucking wheel? Can you please take video next time you do this?
We don't. Haley and I didn't even know how to do a wheelchair, not alone do him 35 miles an hour down the hallway.
Yeah, we had to. You have to figure things out. They're all different.
We're getting better.
Yeah, but I will be there to help again. Yeah, Chad, I love you. Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. I'll be there on Wednesday night.
Haley, I love everybody.
Haley, I love you. Thanks for your help. Tell Conrad thanks. Chad, I love you.
How's his truck?
Not fixed yet.
When's it go in?
Monday.
Okay.
Tuesday?
That's
Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
That's
Tuesday.
All right. Good luck to us all. Good luck to Conrad's truck. Good luck to Dad's hip. We will see you next week.
Bye.